What is up? It's a Figure Hunter, and today we're going to do a few simple things. Number one, we have the Prime Day sales coming up, as well as possible tail end of 4th of July sales. So we're going to look at some long-term use of certain things in my gym bag. So it's sort of, we're going to look at the things in my gym bag, but we're also going to talk about things that I've been using for a long period of time that have held up well and are worth spending the money on. And secondly, I redesigned the backdrop. So let me know your opinions on that. Just sort of cleaned it up, had a little bit too much time on my hands. And then third, I've got two different mics I'm going to test out on two different releases for videos that are coming out in the next 2 days. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on sound quality and if there's any differences. So things in my bag, and more specifically, things that I've used for a long period of time that have held up well and been great to work with. The first is the Haven athletic bag. So this is the backpack, and $300. We're going to look at it at the end once I've emptied it out, but $300. I do think it's totally worth it. A 3-year plan. If you think of using a bag for 3 years, then the monthly cost on that is not going to be that much, especially if you consider how much you're spending on supplements on a regular basis. The first thing we're going to talk about are the Velites Quad Ultra No Chalk hand grips, and they come with a bunch of different things. So you got a little baggie, but you have these little, soft wristbands that come with it. But these have been absolutely incredible. I'm going to do a separate review on these because they've held up so well, but not just their durability, but their comfort and the absolute difference they provide in gripping the rack when you're doing pull-ups or toes to bar or anything like that. It is absolutely different than anything I've tested. These things are $62, and I've tested them. I think it's been 11 months now, so we'll look at the quality of that in a more in-depth review, but these are incredible. Along with that, if you're looking at just cheap things, cheap wrist wraps, the best that I have found are Bear Grips. These are the standard strength and 18-inch length, which I just sort of like because they're super elasticy, and you can wrap it around and adjust how tight it is because you have that much room to work with. These are $20, and they have been great for a long period of time. Back up to them is the Double Under Wonder. These are another $20 pair. They're shorter and they're tighter if you like a shorter, tighter sort of elastic, but you could also get a 12-inch with the Bear Grips. If we look at other things, knee sleeves. So the Rehband, R-E-H band. These are 7mm knee sleeves that I've used for 3 or 4 years. Now, I have purchased a multiple of inexpensive ones on eBay or on Amazon, and they've been fine, but not as consistent and quality and firm sort of feel with the thick 7mm on the Ray-Bans. These are $42 for a set of 2, which is a great price because I think originally they were $35 for 1, and I think on Amazon now they're 2 for $42. So the Ray-Ban knee sleeves have been fantastic. Obviously, you can't get a full workout in without your shoes. I've been using the Metcon 7, the Nike Metcon 7s for a long time. They have held up well. Any of these CrossFit shoes are not going to be like the most cushiony or squishy for running, but other than that, they have all sorts of features for rope climbs, for doing handstand push-ups on the wall, for locking down your laces when it comes to doing double unders, as well as just a wide heel, which comes from the Ramaleo for doing lifting and just support through the heel. There's a slight lift. There's a whole bunch of different technical aspects about it. So the Metcon 7s have been great for, I think, about 14 months now. These have been fantastic. And on top of it, I've been using lock laces. Lock laces are a $10 replacement where you can just have laces permanently in there. I like them. Sometimes I wonder if it would be easier to get in and out of the shoe if I had regular laces, but it is quick and easy just to, pop your shoe in. I have to use a shoehorn just to make it a little easier because they stay a little bit, tight or stay a little bit compressed. But the lock laces are another thing that I've used for a long period of time. Looking at weight belts, I have a couple of different options. So I used for a long time the Harbinger weight belt. This is a cheap weight belt. Let's see. I think it is $24 on eBay or on Amazon. It's been a great all around. You'll see it in the gym when the gym owner buys a bunch of belts and puts them on the wall. But recently I've been testing the Element 26, so I can't have a long-term review on this, but this is a little bit lighter, so it's not as heavy, and it's got this self-locking mechanism. I sort of float between using just the rolling, just to tighten it as it is, and the self-locking. Sometimes I found they can't get the self-locking as tight, but these are $35 and you have that couple of different options and more colors and a bunch of different options there. If you're looking for, jump ropes for double unders, I have found the the Rogue SR2S to be a great jump rope for double unders. I like the 2S. It's the shorter handle version. This is the Fraser one, so it's got cool, red handles and black rope. But this I just have found to be consistent and smooth. The ball bearings hold together, and it has worked great. But conversely to that, you could go with an inexpensive one if you're just learning double unders. Let's see if this is the right bag. But the Double Under Wonder jump rope has got a cheap, inexpensive version to get. This is the fancier Double Under Wonder one, but to get used to doing double unders. So this is the fancier, ball bearing metal handle version. But I would probably go, if you're just learning out of the gate, because you don't have to figure out the size. You just put in your height and it gives you an estimate. And I think it's $20 or around $20 for that. When I'm working out by myself, I still really love the Beats Fit Pro. So these were $150 when released. I'm not sure what they're sort of dropped down to now, but they are definitely, they hold in every workout situation, walking on your hands, double unders, any kind of dynamic movement. I haven't had any problems wall walks, these coming out, and they are the most compact fit, they're the most comfortable fit, and they have noise reduction, so you get actually a better sound quality or the ability to listen a little bit more easily. When it comes to sort of workout, sort of sideline issues, I still use the Airwaav. There it is up there. The Airwaav Mouthguard. Not so much for the extra airflow. They say if you tuck the tongue under the front of it, you'll get 20% more oxygen for harder workouts. I actually use it because there's a little bit more science, in my opinion, around biting down when you're doing heavy lifts. And then I'm just gotten more comfortable with just having it all the time, just the bite down effect. Something neurologically happens when you're biting down on something and you're doing lifts. It doesn't release as much collagen or release more collagen, whatever the beneficial thing is. And then I have some Ghetto Fabulous, these are just cheap Amazon barbell clips. These are like $12. And I feel like they are functionally fine when you're not doing a lot of fast barbell cycling where you're dropping the weight from up high for multiple reps. They work just fine. They're an easy replacement if you don't want to have to rummage through, a clip bin in the gym. And for $12, you can't go wrong. And then recently I've been using the SpringBack clips. So the SpringBack clips are $60 or so, but these are impenetrable. These are unstoppable. When you're doing lots of cycling, you're doing, fast singles on clean and jerks or power cleans or power snatches or anything where you're dropping it from overhead, they do not let the barbell loosen. And it holds up multiple. I did a whole review on that. These are more expensive. They are high quality. They are a little heavy, so they are going to add a 1 pound PR to your, 1 pound max to your PR because they are 1 pound or 2 pounds each, or in total 1 pound each. So those are the clips I use. I am a huge believer, if you're doing CrossFit, you should wear a chest strap if you're going to use a watch. And I have been recently using the Garmin HRM Pro Plus. It is a little bit more on the expensive side of chest straps, but you don't have to take the puck in and out. And it has just worked well as if you use a Garmin watch, which I think is the best watch on the market for doing intense training and wanting to know your wellness and recovery. The HRM Pro Plus will just record the heart rate if it loses connection to the watch, because I often take the watch off and leave it off to the side while I'm doing a lot of other work where I want my wrist free or in wrist wraps specifically. And this will record the heart rate at a distance. And then the old staple along with that is the Polar H10. Polar H10 is going to come in at like $70 to $80. I like the strap itself is super comfortable and has little nodules on it. So it's like the best quality of the straps in my opinion. But I do find that for me, the battery drained if I don't remove the puck. And so you have to keep the puck separate from this. And if you're using a Garmin watch, it doesn't record if you lose connection. So that can be a slight issue, but it is an old staple. And it is like, I don't know, it never dies. Other than that, super stupid thing, but I actually keep a $10 Amazon, running pouch if I'm going on runs and I want my phone to be with me because I'm connecting it to something, or if I want to listen to music and I don't want to use the Garmin music on a Garmin watch. This is super comfortable. I did a whole Murph with this on, and it didn't bother me one bit. It was great, and it's super cheap, and it's just an easy thing. If you are incorporating running on a regular basis and you do want your phone with you, it's a comfortable way. And then we get to the bag. Basically, I've got like an extra Whoop strap. I got my, a few basic things in here. But when you get back to the Haven bag, so this is the Haven bag. Obviously, with all its compartments and compartmentalization, it's held up super well. It's super comfortable, and it is high quality. And so I think definitely worth the $300 if you're investing in your exercise over a prolonged period of time. You're not going to need to replace it. It is you can see everything in there. And if you're using a bunch of different types of things, like I just showed in this video, then that's what you would go to. So the links for everything that I could find across the web or on Amazon are all down below. I'm not sure who's going to have, Prime Day sales or July 4th sales that are trickling into the weekend, but I just wanted to provide an update to items that I think have held up super well over a long period of time and have been, in some cases, invaluable to my workouts or different functional aspects of workouts. So with that, it's a Fit Gear Hunter. Thanks so much for watching.